Hi guys.
It's one-on-one ratio pod with Yoav and Meli. And what are we talking about today, Meli?
Today we're talking about boyhood. Well, even though I'm not a boy,
Oh,
but he's a boy and he can talk about boyhood.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Just like last time with me being a Jew talking about Bradley Cooper's nose. Um, what a way to start the pod, am I right?
It's a beautiful way to start. Yoav,
I-
do you do you want to kick us off with your first news thing?
Well, this week, did you watch the trailer for Todd Haynes' May December, starring Nicole Kidman and Julianne Moore?
I did. I watched the first yeah. Huh?
No, it's Black Swan. It's Naomi.
No, it's
No,
it's Julianne Moore and
she's
Natalie
a
Portman.
Portman. Yeah. Um, Not Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, wrong one.
Yeah. The trailer looks amazing. I've read reviews about this. It looks stunning. It looks like my type shit exactly. What did you think?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of thoughts on it. All I know is that it's apparently highly anticipated.
I've heard that it's like very ambiguous, like
Yeah.
very like distantly ambiguous. So I'm really excited for that.
And he directed Carol?
Yes,
Okay.
Carol, one more one that was known.
Yeah,
I forgot it, but he has a good filmography, like a
he
strong
does.
up to now. So, excited for that.
Yeah.
What's your what's your first little piece of knowledge, piece of
Um,
news?
well, my first news, since we're on the topic of trailers, I'll just go into trailers. The trailer for Bike Riders came out.
Awesome.
Um, so I heard about this movie. Well, I heard about the cast and I got excited about the cast because I love Tom Hardy. I love Norman Reedus. Oh my god,
My lights are going crazy. Sorry, my house is haunted today.
the ghost of Tom Hardy is haunting you.
Yes.
But oh my
I
god,
look.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
would you like me to proceed, sir?
Yeah, please
Okay.
do.
So yeah, I was excited about the cast and then the trailer. It looks interesting. Um, I don't know, it's about like some bike rider gang and like how and Austin Butler's like the main guy, I guess. So it'll be interesting and Jodie Comer's in it, so it'll be cool, I guess.
Do you say Comer or Comer?
I said I don't know how to say it. Is it Jodie
I
Comer?
don't know. Yeah, looks interesting. I've seen a bit of the trailer. I haven't finished it.
Hmm.
That's cool. Um, so there's a few things out of the Venice Film Festival, no?
Yes, there is. Would you
Um,
care to share?
yeah, so I wrote a few things down. You can talk about like the awards things and I'll say the thing that's like the coolest to me here. Actually, whatever. There's more. You'll talk about it. Um Tony Leung, one of my favorite actors, OAT of all time, yeah. Um Asian actor, worked with Wong Kar-wai primarily, very famous actor. He won the Golden Lion, not the Achievement Award at Venice.
Yes, he did.
The award at Venice, and um, he deserves it. He deserves it. If you
Yeah.
any of his movies except for Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Nine Rings or whatever.
Me?
Yeah.
I've never seen Shang-Chi.
Have you seen Tony Leung movie?
I've watched like the first half of Happy Together and then I stopped.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it's something I didn't like it. I just got tired and I had to sleep.
Um,
But
Tony
it was
Leung,
good.
yeah. Yeah, Happy Together is very slow and like a lot to handle. It's like depressing and confusing at the
Yeah.
same time. It's a hard watch. Tony Leung is an amazing actor. he deserves it for all of his work throughout all of the years. His eye acting is mostly what he's known for because he has some amazing eye acting. Everything is communicated through his eyes, especially in the Mood for Love, which is a classic if you've seen it. So yeah, very proud of my boy Tony Leung. He's more old now than how I recognize him in the movies, but yeah.
Yes.
What awards were handed out except for that one in Venice?
So we had Poor Things won best fucking movie or whatever. I don't
Best
know.
film.
Best film. I
Lion.
don't know like what's the award name?
Lion.
The Lion?
Hold
Golden Lion?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Poor Things won that, which is like I've been seeing all over film Twitter how this is changing people's predictions for the Oscars like significantly. And now people fully think that Poor Things is going to win Best Picture at the Oscars.
Not gonna happen.
You
Sorry,
don't think
fool.
so?
No.
What do you think it's going to be still?
Oppie.
You think it's going to
Oppenheimer.
be Oppie? I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see. I have to watch Poor Things to judge, but that I will be doing when it comes out.
Hope we'll do Oscar predictions on this pod. I mean,
Oh,
I'd like
we'll do a whole episode dedicated to that.
will
Yeah.
happen when it
Um,
comes. But yeah.
and then we also had Kaylee Spaney, I think. She won the
Um,
Volpe Cup for Best Actress for Priscilla. Shocker. I was not expecting that, but yeah.
gonna be a good ass movie.
I think
Maybe.
I think so. I think so.
Maybe because it's becoming more and more promising. I mean, you obviously have Sofia Coppola at the helm, which is, in itself, but her
Right.
movies have like either like mid reactions and okay, here's what I'll say. Some people think her movies are mid, some people think all of her movies are masterful.
Hmm.
There's no one who thinks they're bad from what I've seen. Like, it's a very unpopular opinion to think any of her movies are really bad.
Yeah.
It's very hard to say The Bling Ring, Marie Antoinette, they're mid movies. And it's also very like a thing to say that they're great. So we'll really see. I think Virgin Suicides is
Is her
spectacular.
best.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't seen filmography, but looking forward.
Um yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I think it's going to be interesting to see her perspective and not fucking Elvis after that sham of an Elvis movie. God.
God, if we covered that on our podcast, it would be 10 hours long.
Uh-huh. And it would just be us hating. Hating.
So horrible. So horrible. um,
But any other news you want to share? You
yeah,
had, I think, something else.
I had one more thing, and it's that there's a trailer released to and it's releasing into theaters now, Hayao Miyazaki's last final movie, The Boy and the Heron. Have you watched the trailer? Because I haven't.
You
I didn't
I
look at it.
watched like the first 15 seconds and then my teacher was like, "Put your phone away." And I was like, "Okay."
No, teacher, get it.
It's important. But no, I didn't get to finish it.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid it because they did say in the beginning, and me and you were talking about this, they were like, Hayao Miyazaki's newest and last film will not get any trailer slash promotional material.
Yeah, yeah. We were both very confused.
Now I'm seeing promotional material and a trailer. So what's going on with that, Hayao?
I don't
I bet
know.
Hayao, I bet it was your producers.
Yeah, probably.
Just kidding.
Boo.
It's great. I don't care if there's a trailer or not. Looking forward to watching that sometime if it does get great reviews. How do you feel about Studio Ghibli? Because I have like a interesting relationship with them.
I'm not like I know that there are like die-hard Studio Ghibli fans. I am not a die-hard fan.
I've seen a lot of their work.
I haven't. So that's also like part like on me. Like I haven't seen a lot of their work, so I can't really judge. But I think most of their stories are pretty cute. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, I'm same, pretty much same. Like I like their movies generally. I don't really think any of them are masterpieces. But I'm looking forward to this new because they're always visually stunning. Like I'm super excited to see. I'm not a big anime fan, but they're obviously the exception for a lot of people and me. But
Right.
yeah. But Meli, what did you watch this week?
What did I watch? Oh,
Or what did you watch?
yes.
What did
So I watched two things. First, I watched Imitation of Life for my film class from the 1950s, I think. Let me fact check that.
I think like 40. I thought it was 48, but
Let
that
me see.
history on this pod is saying incorrect fact.
59.
There you go.
Yeah. I
Oh, later than I thought it was. Sorry.
yeah. Yoav has also seen this movie. Um, it was like okay. Honestly, it wasn't horrible. Like I was able to get through it, and the second half of the movie was much more interesting than the first half of the movie.
Yes.
Um, but it wasn't spectacular. I wasn't blown away. I was like, oh, this is just
The real question is, did you almost or did you tear up when the mom, the black mom, I forgot her character's name,
Annie, I think.
betrayed
Annie.
by her daughter?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, that was just me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. Well, it's worth a watch. It's just not great. Not didn't blow me away.
Yeah.
Not you. What
And
else?
and then I also watched Bottoms again in theaters with my friends. Yeah. Um So guys, whoever watches this podcast, like if there's out of like the four people that watch it, um, I'm telling you, if you can go to theaters and watch Bottoms, do it. It's an hour and a half. It's not long. The pacing is perfect. It doesn't drag at any points. Um, go with your friends because you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna be laughing the whole time. It's such a fun experience. Like, go see it. If it's near you, please go see it. Go support Emma Seligman and fucking women directors and all the actors because it's great. Yeah.
I sincerely apologize to anyone with a sense of eyes. But yeah, Bottoms is not in my area, so I won't be watching that
Oh,
anytime. I won't be viewing that anytime soon. But the second it comes out to the second it comes out to VOD, I will be watching it.
I'm sorry. This is like some fucking what's that one movie where they were on the camera and then they were like, who is
I
that?
I was gonna say that, and then I forgot the name of the
I
movie
don't
too.
remember the name. But that's just what
Friended?
it's reminding me of.
Friended? No.
Maybe something like that.
Zoom call horror movies.
Yeah, yeah,
Cam
yeah.
one no, Cam is about cam girls. Never mind.
Are you a cam girl?
It's a
Okay.
horror cam girls. It's crazy, crazy episode so far. But yeah, I will be watching Bottom the second I can. Sorry, my spoon fell. Um, yeah, I also did not watch a lot this week,
Mhm.
but I watched a movie in theaters
Oh,
at the Cinematheque. It's from
okay.
1937, which is one of the oldest films I have rated 5 stars.
Hmm.
And Angel, and it's directed by Ernst Lubitsch. Listen,
Ernst Lubitsch.
he is a German filmmaker. I have a complicated relationships with pre-40s cinema because I appreciate it. Like silent cinema, I haven't really seen anything that's like grasped me or like been very, very engaging. And then the little period after silent films where, the sound films started appearing still never really grabbed me except for like post 40s stuff. Um, like early 40s and forward. Obviously, lots of classics that I love. Um, but this movie, I am so excited to check out more Ernst Lubitsch because it's not even some of his famous work. And it's a love triangle film, which
Hmm.
and I recommend everyone to watch it, and it's free on YouTube. And watching it in theaters was magical. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's so great. I'm not, I kid you not. If you don't like old movies or think they're not engaging, I love old movies, but like sometimes they are challenging pre-40s. This is literally engaging more than a lot of things I've seen this week that are recent movies.
Wow.
So check that out. Check Ernst Lubitsch out because that's not even his most famous movie, which is mind blowing to me.
Well, I love his last name.
I do too.
Lubitsch.
Lou, bitch.
Oh.
um,
Anything else you watched?
well, I watched a film by a documentary Israeli documentarian,
Hmm.
who's for his 7 hour epic documentary called Diary, if you've heard of it. Um, it's just a a film diary, and he was one of the first to do it. And it's very famous and very depressing. I saw bits of it in film class, and we watched one of his movies today actually, and it was called Biba, and it's a movie
Biba.
documentary about a widow called Biba, and it's heartbreaking and nice. So I love it. I'm starting to love Israeli cinema. That's what I watched this week. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah. Anything else? Should we get to the
Yeah,
our
that I think that's it. I think we can move on to our segment on Boyhood.
awesome. All right, see you there.
What the hell is going on behind me, guys?
Is that a actor growing with the movie? Is
I think it is.
that what I think it is?
I think you're right, Yoav.
That a bald boy,
This is a bald boy.
bald-headed doom.
And then there's an emo right there. Oh my god, there is so much to say. And
Let-
okay, since this was my pick, I
yeah.
want to ask Yoav to start because last week he asked me to start. So, Yoav, what's your first note on this movie?
Ugh, I wish I could start because I have a question for you.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I just want to know before I can get into this, was this a positive experience for you?
Um,
I need to know because I want to. I if you love the movie, let's just say I have like a lot of negative things, so I don't like.
oh, okay, wonderful. I did not love this movie.
Ah, I the great.
I did
Okay,
not love this movie at all.
I am welcome. I'm happy to begin with my point.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's start. Opening song, Coldplay's Yellow.
The music in this movie was so bad. Was all the songs were awful.
You know what? I'll start with positives though, because I want to start with positives. That opening shot, love it. Close
Mhm.
up, famous green grass, love it.
Yes. Yes.
Great opening shot, awesome. The song is just cringe.
It is cringe.
Well, really all of my notes here are just like reactions.
Okay.
I have some stuff, but okay. More positives. Let's just say Ethan Hawke and the actress that
Patricia Arquette,
Patricia Arquette, amazing. They're
amazing.
amazing. In this movie, they're amazing. Ethan Hawke proves himself once again. She is a great actress. She's amazing in Severance. She's
Mhm.
amazing. What do you think of the two central adult performances?
Agree. Ethan Hawke honestly steals the show. Like he steals the spotlight from everyone when he's on screen. He's so good. Um he's so good at being like like a father, like
Yeah.
acting like that, and his character isn't. And I don't want to say like his character's not a deadbeat. His character's not an absent father. Um, I don't know
He's
what the he's what
complicated,
he
but
is
yeah.
complicated, but he's so good at playing the complicated father. It was really nice performance from Ethan Hawke.
Let me just say, I watched this first half with a friend, and then he left halfway through because he had to go somewhere. But I will say the first half of this, I was having pretty much fun.
Yeah.
Um, I thought there were some really funny moments. I was just enjoying the pacing kind of and stuff like that. And I was just enjoying sitting with him, whatever. Um, and there's just so many there are so many outspoken lovers of this movie. And a lot of my friends on Letterboxd gave it 5 stars, stuff like that. So those are my positives, really. I
Okay.
Let me just say I like the idea. It's a
Yeah.
little, but I like the idea.
Yeah. Can I add something to what you said? I think the top row when he looks like this, the movie's good.
Pretty good. Yeah,
It's enjoyable. When we
totally.
get to the bottom row, uh-uh. Uh. Oh no. No, 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 no. Uh oh my god. Cringe. Cringy. Whew.
Cringe. Okay, okay. I don't know. Do you have any like more positives or
I
like
think I do.
notes? Just tell.
I do
I have
have
broader notes as well. That's not like small anecdotes. We'll get to those.
yeah. Positive about I said that there was some camera framework that was really cool. That was a positive. There was this one scene where like the way they shot it with like it was like up close, like close up shots, but it was like the way they did it. It was like really cool. And like the background was kind of blurry. I was like, hmm.
Okay. What scene is that?
um oh, when the dad dropped them off at home, I think it was around that scene. And the mom
Oh,
was like, "Oh, yeah, that
there
was
was
good. I don't know, that was cool."
it's great camera work, actually. There was some pretty good.
Um, and then
Speak.
I also said that the scene where she was singing "Oops, I Did It Again," I just said that that was really cute.
No, that's one of my notes. So
Okay.
it was so funny. I was singing along with her. Her when in like the first time frame, she's really good. She's like sassy. I love it. His sister, if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, Samantha.
I obviously spoilers. We always spoil the movies on this pod. But yeah,
Yeah.
Samantha does grow up.
Shocking.
Shocking. So okay, so that was okay. I'll just start with some broader stuff. I'll explain my arc with this, but I'll start by saying cinematography here was mid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I I we're dealing with a movie with a $4 million budget, which I know is relatively small compared to so many Hollywood films, right? Let me just check that it was $4 million. Yes, it's
Mm-hmm.
relatively small compared to other Hollywood films, and I'm sure Ethan Hawke, who's friends with Richard Linklater, had that connection. I don't know how much he was paid. Whatever. That's not important to me. I think there are so many moments in the film that I was like, you could have shot this just a little differently. You could have aestheticized the frame a little more. I'm not a stickler for that. Like I really do like the movies that are really raw and like not too worried about cinematography. You love the celebration, like the whole Dogma 95 movement. And like cinematography tends to be ugly in those, right?
Yeah.
I'm really not about that. But when it's a movie like this, you have to have interesting visuals because there is no narrative. There is no. Um and some moments I was just like move the camera a little. Let's have some symmetry. Let's have some like interesting colors. There was that scene there was a moment where it was much later in the film and it cut to the thing where Mason was in the dark room doing his photographs, and I was like, oh, color, there's finally color in the movie. And then they show that it's a dark room, and that scene is just not shot creatively at all. It's just like it could have been pretty. Dark rooms are pretty like red, you
Yeah.
know? It's like the room where you develop photos, like the video taking a video of the dark room should be pretty because they're all pretty rooms. They're all red, nice rooms. And I was just disappointed. Um, so yeah, what did you think of the cinematography here?
I agree. I also thought it was like mid to the point where usually when I watch a movie and there is like really beautiful cinematography, I pick up on it like instantly and I'm like, wow, like this is breathtaking. Like you can so clearly see the vision behind it.
I thought this movie would have that. Before sunrise, before sunset, before midnight, Dazed and Confused, stunning visually.
Yeah.
Stunning.
So I'm like, well, maybe he didn't do it because he wants to keep it like that mundane light. I don't, but I was like, for a kid who wants to be a photographer, like nothing.
But I get why you would put mundanity because the like a lot of the sets here are relatively mundane. They're suburban homes, suburban areas in Texas, right?
Yeah.
But try to make it look pretty. Like the sets themselves are mundane, yes. Like if they change that into something glamorous, then obviously it would be, that wouldn't emphasize the mundanity, but make it look good. Like
Yeah.
you can't totally alienate us visually, you know? I mean, I Linklater is one of my favorite directors in general. I've seen 5 of his movies. You have 2. They're
Now
all amazing.
6.
Now 6. Dazed and Confused. Meli states this as one of her top 5, something like that.
Yeah, I love
Um,
that movie.
my top 10 for sure. Love Dazed and Confused. The Before trilogy is amazing.
Oh,
Mine, I can talk about those forever. So this movie is very dense, like substantively. Like it makes it seems like it's dense because it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long, which is so much longer than any other Linklater film. And you would think it's like a dense exploration of 12 years worth of cinema, you
mm-hmm.
know? I thought it would have nice visuals, and I thought there'd be some kind of meaning to a lot of the, but then some of these dialogues are just like, was like it felt mundane in like not an interesting way. Not
Yeah,
much with this. I don't know.
I agree. I think there are some portions of dialogue that I was like, okay, this is good. This is really good.
Definitely.
Um, like the one scene that I can definitely think of is, oh, anytime, coincidence, anytime where Ethan Hawke is on screen and he's talking to his children, it's great. The dialogue is amazing. Like,
Great.
I mean, when especially the scene where they're in the car and he's like talking to them about how was your week or whatever, and they're like, it was good. And he's like going on about how like they have to answer with more than just that. It was so realistic.
That has to for amazing writing there. It's
Yeah.
weird every time Ethan Hawke, or what was the mother actress's name?
Patricia Arquette.
Sorry, I'm totally forgetting.
It's okay.
It's like the movie was better.
Yeah.
It's not performances. It seemed like the writing was just better. Like it was written by a different person. It was written by the Linklater that knows how to write real people. Um, but we can get to the acting because I think that the acting without the parents sucked. There was
Awful.
acting that sucked. I think main characters, I think the supporting characters.
Let me just get this out of the way. Um, he was again, as a child, he was like a decent actor. He got older, turned to absolute dog shit. Awful. Awful. So bad. Yeah. And then the sister was also awful. Who is Richard Linklater's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
His daughter. She's bad.
I'm
Um,
sorry. I don't like criticizing shit like this. I really don't. But it's a 2 hour and 45 minute piece.
mhm.
Artwork as it poses itself, right? That's following only these dialogues, only these lives. You have to have good
Yeah,
performances.
exactly, exactly. Because I could get I could understand if the dialogue was some of the parts were shittier, but if the acting was engaging and different, I would be hooked. But
Yeah.
not only was some of the dialogue shit, but the acting on top of it was so bad that you're like cringing. You're like, "Oh my no."
Oh, it was bad.
Did
It
you
was
the one scene where they were in that fucking like house and they were talking and it was like the two seniors in high school.
when they were camping and I wrote a note about that.
Oh, me
Horrible,
too.
horrible. Everything about that scene. You don't it's like Linklater lost his touch with the youth because in Dazed and Confused it was perfect writing for young people.
Yep.
Perfect. It was, I mean, obviously not actually realistic because it's like all intellectualized, but that's what we love about it.
Mhm.
And then it's, somewhere around the 2000s he lost all touch with youth. People don't talk like this. That camping scene.
What they were like, "Oh, you're gonna fuck some whores?" Huh? Great. You know, fuck whores. And
No
then
one
like
talks.
the kid was like, whenever they were like, "Do you want a beer?" And the kid was like, "Nah, I'm good." And like, "What are you, a fucking pussy? That's how I know you never get any pussy in your life." What? What?
It's like an anti-peer pressure commercial. And it was
Yeah.
shot too. It was, it's shot like a PSA.
I
Um,
was I was dying because I'm like, this does not happen in high school.
that doesn't happen. Even I can guarantee you. We both grew up in the 2000s. Obviously, this is earlier than our age, a
Yeah.
little earlier, not significantly enough for it to be this weird back then. There's no way people talk like this.
No,
I'm sorry.
no, no.
You're working with your daughter here, Mr. Linklater. Please consult her.
Yeah,
Fuck, it doesn't. It's not. It's not. It's absolutely not. Which is so uncharacteristic for him.
I know.
Um, I'll tell you my journey with this was kind of like this.
Hmm.
My notes. I was like, oh, this is engaging. Oops, I did it again. This is so funny. I'm really fucking with this. And then it was like, hey, I'm like mildly bored. And then you get into that bottom row, as you said, and
Yeah.
um, yeah. Do you have any other like general notes before I just get into my stupid anecdotes?
Um, I have some notes. I have some notes about like I guess the message of the movie.
Go ahead.
Um, well, one, I don't know. I was like, first of all, I was like talking. I just kind of wrote about how like the mom has like a cycle and the habit of getting with like very toxic and abusive men. Um, and like the guy who see, I like the first half was good, and like whenever it had the guy who she married, the professor who had a drinking problem with the two kids.
Also, not a fantastic actor in my opinion, but
No, he wasn't, but he was better than whatever the fuck this is. So, um, but I don't know. And then I was like talking about how like I wrote about like hair. Hair
yeah,
seems to be very important in this movie.
they like actually like try to extenuate like to show people to prove to people that they're actually aging. They made them change their haircuts.
I guess, but I was also I don't know, I kind of wrote it as in like I was like it seems like hair plays a big part like
I
for
agree.
the mom's hair was constantly changing and I feel like as the mom's hair was changing it was like things in her life were also significantly changing. Like after she would like finish with a relationship her hair would change, job hair would change. I don't know, I was like different like eras for her.
This because like especially with the mom, it's like each haircut she had was kind of associated with a type of personality that I
Yeah.
I like associate it with, and it was done perfectly because that's like her personality did match up with her hair.
It really
And with
did.
all of the characters. So hair crew, amazing work.
Yeah,
Um,
his hair is matters a lot. His hair's always changing.
it's
Um,
like it's like the hair crew like was like, okay, we have a challenge to make this character as shitty as he is in the second act. We have
yeah.
to, you know. But yes, very realistic to the 2000s.
Wait,
Very.
I want to say one more thing about hair, and then I'm done. I also said that Samantha hardly ever changes her hair. And I was like, I feel like her hair stays the same pretty much the whole movie. And I was like, that's
Colors
because,
back, and that's all.
yeah. And I was like, that's because Samantha doesn't fucking change. She's like the same the whole movie.
Right.
Like her attitude and outlook on everything is like the same.
That's another thing. Except for Mason, it's so weird to say this, but I don't know if I felt that much evolution.
Except for Mason.
Except for Mason.
I agree.
Come on. Ethan Hawke's character a little. I guess he gets a little more straighter. Not like
Yeah.
sexual,
No, I know what
like
you mean. Yeah.
um
He got married, he had another kid. He
but he
he
never, because at the end he's like, oh, look at me, I'm like a chastised, like he's aware of like his situation, and he it hasn't changed in that way, that he's aware of everything, especially when they go to the concert with Jimmy. By the way, Jimmy's hilarious character, love him.
love Jimmy. When he was sitting in the apartment and fucking
Yeah.
watching whatever
And was that like
torch.
it
It was
seemed
like
like,
torture porn.
I thought either like a really bad horror movie or like torture porn. I'm like,
I
what
don't
did I
know.
do? There's um multiple things of pornography here with the nude ladies that occur twice, and then
Mm-hmm.
an interesting, I mean, sexuality is kind of a thing here, but
Yeah, it kind of is because like he's Mason's character is a little more feminine, and not like feminine in a gay way. Like, men sometimes are a little more feminine than they are masculine, and it seems to be an ongoing trend of him being more feminine, and then these like
it was also a thing. All
what?
this 2000s, it was also a big thing.
Yeah.
Um,
And all these like father figures are like, you gotta man up and take responsibility and work harder and stop taking pictures and be a fucking man and you're not gonna get anywhere without hard work. And I was like, okay.
my father gave me this shotgun, and now I'm giving it to you.
What was that? And then it was like, this is a personalized Bible for you, honey.
That's pretty. That's a funny little. Um.
It,
Um. In terms of message, there was something here. There was
meh.
something, life continuing on, stuff we see every day. I don't know. I don't know if me and you are just watching this at the wrong time in our life.
We might be, but also I don't.
Because my friend had already seen the film and he was like, yeah, amazing ending, beautiful movie. I was like, I don't know.
How old is your friend?
He's my age. He's our age.
When did he watch it?
Last year in his film class. I
That
don't
that
know.
that doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
I don't know. It didn't click. I I don't know. People are like crying over this movie, and I don't find anything.
me too. I don't understand. I'm like, like slow? Did I miss something?
Are we stupid? Because
Yeah.
all this, it's like, oh, hi, we're not stupid. Let me just say that we're not stupid.
Yeah.
This is it, it, maybe everyone else is stupid.
Yeah, maybe we're the only ones that actually get it.
No, I don't know. There were moments also where Linklater, it sounded like Linklater was talking through a character, because there's a lot of Mason talking about like AI is gonna like take us over and they're replacing us with cyborgs. Well, what if we were cyborgs all along? Which
Yeah.
is Linklater has been very openly against everything AI art.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He says
So
that it's Yeah. But it's funny that like now he's talking about it more, but he talked about it through his film in 2014. Um, which is I wonder how much of this movie was scripted because there's definitely a lot of improv here. It's just
There definitely is some improv. The question is Mason ever doing improv?
I don't think so because
Okay.
he always sounds like he's reading lines. Maybe even when he was because of his acting, maybe even when he is doing improv, it sounds like he's reading lines. Um,
Just like sorry, when he would like react to a situation, he would always the first word he would always say is yeah, yeah. And I was like, stop saying yeah, yeah. Huh.
that's other words you can react with. It's so okay. The whole idea is this family that's these actors that have been together for 12 years. You're practically family then. You're
But they don't
practically
feel like family.
like it. Except for when Ethan is or the mom are talking to their children. Because
Yeah.
convincing. I believe they were their children. If the kids were good actors, and it seemed like they were her mom or her dad or his mom or her dad.
Even oh my god, why am I keep yawning? Oh my god. Um even see this kid's getting to me, that's why. But he's staring into my soul. Um sorry, that's mean. um even when they were a few times they're with their mom and even then I'm not convinced. Like
Yeah.
and then as siblings, like for being brother sister, they don't act like brother sister at all. They're like so distant. Like
Except for when they're small kids. Because I think
yeah.
will easily get along with each other super quickly, and that was like the I guess the beginning of the shoots. So because I my bet is they film this chronologically, right? They have to have.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they were little kids getting to know each other. They were super like really quickly close, and then later they just fell apart because like every year that passed, they like got less and less of each other, right? Because they grew up. Um, Mike, I have a question for you
Mhm.
because I think a lot of why people love this is the nostalgia they have for the 2000s. I did feel some nostalgia here with some of the soundtrack, some of the things that like little things I saw. Like there's that part where he's one of Mason's friend is like on one of those hoverboards that's like two parts.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's my childhood. I wasn't crying, but I wonder how much you're a year older than me. Like tell me if you felt maybe more nostalgia than I did. I don't know.
I
Hmm.
didn't feel any. Is that bad? Like,
No, not at all.
I don't usually I can totally like usually whenever I watch a movie from I guess like the early mid 2000s, like yeah, I'm like, "Oh my god, like silly bands," or "Oh my god, this that, and the other." Oh, I used to love that show. But then I don't know, this movie I felt like I
Sorry.
it didn't really highlight anything. I don't know, it was, like, really difficult, like, there was a few things here and there, and I was like, "Oh," but then at
Nice.
the same time, I'm just like, there wasn't really anything. I don't know,
No.
I didn't feel nostalgic at all.
Here's a broad point. I barely felt anything.
Okay, great, love I'm glad that we both didn't feel anything.
It's so funny how much our tastes align a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Okay. Here's do you have any other do you want to like get to some anecdotes? Do you have any anecdotes?
You start.
Um, okay. I love seeing the mom from Severance. That made me super happy. I was like, it's from Severance. It's a woman from Severance. And she was so great that I had lots of fun seeing her. Um, the scene where they're drinking beers and camping out is shit.
Yeah.
Um, like in Before Midnight, there was a little scene where they're having a dinner convo at the Thanksgiving party. He likes having like showing conversations at dinner that are like really long and intellectual, like in Before Midnight. Because
Yeah.
there's like, but that one is, I love that scene. Could have been
Yeah.
shorter. but I really like that scene. Ew, 2000s emo haircuts. I'm bored. The shotgun. I don't care. Ethan Hawke chewing on wheat is my new religion.
Oh my god, that was great. That was great.
That was great. Mason's manager at the cafe is not a good performance.
No.
Mason's monologue about cyborgs. Why? I don't care about Mason's art journey. I don't care about Mason's relationship. $4 million budget, and I don't give a fuck about Mason's art.
Oh my god.
Me away. Um, okay, there's that little thing with the worker who worked on the pipeline at their house, and later he comes back.
I wrote about that. What did you say?
It's like in Oppenheimer where Christopher Nolan was waiting for when they did the JFK name drop, was waiting for us to be like,
Oh,
no, and then this was exactly like Richard Linklater was like waiting for that same reaction, and in both cases, it's like
it's like what?
so unnecessary. All of the side scenes are like, if they were quirky or interesting or like actually intellectually compelling, I'd be interested, but they're not.
No.
Think of that.
Um, I was that scene when that scene came up of the guy and he was like, "Oh my god, are you the woman I worked on your pipes?" And then I was like, "Oh my god, this is awful."
Yeah,
I was like, "This is not how people speak. Like this is not how I was."
funny, a weird moment. And I was wondering the whole movie because my friend was still there in his first scene in the pipe scene. And he's like, "Remember, because it's gonna come back." I don't know. It was funny, but
Okay.
I don't know. That reveal was really lame. Um, Lots of raving about the central parent performances. Just great. They're great. They're great actors. I wish they were in a better movie. There was a name drop for Bright Eyes, which is like a really all band, a really good band that I like.
Hmm.
More AI rants. The mom's monologue near the end of the movie, where she's like, "I just thought there'd be more." I think that's her like
Mm.
last greatly written monologue, amazing performances. If Mason's annoying ass wasn't there and we had to see so many reaction shots of him, I would have enjoyed it more. She's like going through the steps of like his life, and then she was like, "That time we thought you were dyslexic." Great. Did you hear that? Did you catch that? That was so funny. It's like what? Like if little jokes like that were in the side conversations, I'd be more interested.
Yeah.
Uh, hate the guitar music. I like the tap teacher. She's too good for him. And my final note for the last for like the tap teacher he meets when they go hiking. The girl that's in like the last shot with him.
Oh, yeah.
My last note as the credits were rolling were live, laugh, love.
That's a great summary phrase for this movie.
What were your notes?
Let's see. I forget. So I'm like, I have to write down more of these anecdotes because I have them, and then I'm like, and I just forget to write them down.
Wait till the end. The end will get you.
I
And
said,
seize the moment more like moment seizes you.
oh,
Okay.
that was so okay. I said, abusive dad shaves Mason's hair. Why? Uh, and then I also wrote, Jesus. Oh my god. I wrote Jesus, that camping scene is ass. And then I said the Bible with the red with the red print. What the fuck?
That was like a purposeful joke. That was one of the jokes that I liked.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was
Yeah,
funny. Because his reaction to it was like,
yeah.
yeah. I
reaction.
also wrote, oh my god, whenever they were in the fucking sister's dorm and the roommate walks in and they're like naked and they're just like laying there and the roommate's like,
That's, I'm sorry.
I
It
was
was
like,
all,
I was like,
I was feeling secondhand embarrassment, not by the fact that they were caught in bed, by the scene itself.
yeah, me too.
What else?
Oh my god, see, this movie's boring me. Um, Jesus. That's all I wrote. But then like half the stuff that you said, I had like the same reaction like while I was watching the movie. Like with the girlfriend and whenever they were like he broke up, I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, I don't care.
Um,
I don't it's
well,
just
my notes got more and more like mean and like crazy because I'm crazy. It's a 3 hour movie.
Oh, that was my other thing. It was so goddamn long. Oh my god. Like I get why it's long because it's going through this life journey and this kid's life like from when he's like fucking like what 8 years old to like 18 or whatever, but still like it was so long and it was only like for more than half the movie to be so uninteresting.
I was suffering really. Me and Meli like slow movies. Like it's not even about that.
Yeah,
The pretentious ass podcast. Like we love pretentious like intellectual slow movies.
we
That's our
really
thing.
do. Yeah.
Obviously we like other stuff too, but like still it's like I don't know. Do you want to just do ratings? Okay.
You go first.
Drum roll, please. My rating is a 2.5 out of 5, teetering 2 out of 5.
Wow. Okay.
Am I generous compared to you?
No,
Okay. What did you?
I could not choose between a 2.5 and a 3.
Ooh. Okay. Well, it was about to be a 3 for me, but then like the end happened, and I was like, it's not going.
I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards 2.5 because hold on. I'm trying to see like what's a movie that I've rated like 3 stars for.
I feel bad because the 2.5 movies are like bad for me,
No,
and
you
this
know
movie,
what?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna go 2.5 because some movies I've given 3 stars are like Notting Hill and
Better.
My Beautiful Laundrette, which are better movies than this one. So I'm gonna go with 2.5.
Awesome. We're both at 2.5. I love how we're on the same wavelength on this one. This
Yes.
Criterion. It's directed by Richard Linklater.
I don't how is this on Criterion?
What's wrong with us? How is this on Criterion?
Probably because of Richard. I'm
Maybe
gonna say
because
it's because of Mr. Dick. Uh sorry. And you know, Richard Linklater, like his other movies are good,
amazing.
classics. I mean, like School of Rock,
Amazing.
classic. Everyone watches that in their childhood. Like, but
That's a
then
nostalgia.
that one, yes. But then this one is just it really falls flat. But then he also is coming out with a new movie with Paul Mescal that it has a similar, um,
And he has a movie about a hitman starring Christian Bale,
yeah.
right?
So
Christian.
no, not Christian Bale, someone else. Uh, 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 uh. uh.
If you haven't seen this, form your own opinion. Please let us know. Comment below. I don't know.
It's it's called Hitman,
Yeah,
and it's with Glenn Powell.
and Powell. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Well,
Shall we get to the pick?
yeah. Let's get to the pick. All right,
It's
y'all.
it's picking time.
It's
Thanks for the
picking.
Boyhood chapter. If you do like that movie, we're sorry.
If there's anything specific you like about the movie, let
Let us know.
us know. Um, we are very open to hearing what you guys have to say because I want to know other people's opinions. I'll be reading letterbox reviews as to why people think it's good. I haven't done that yet, but
No, we both concur that the first half was good. The second half,
was
not good.
bad.
But anyways, I after watching this movie was like, I need something that's guaranteed to have us both love.
Oh, okay.
And I need something that's like fortified as Boyhood is, more fortified than Boyhood is, that we both haven't seen as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this movie, I'm not sure if you've seen anything by this director, but he's heavily acclaimed director. And this movie might be his most famous, most acclaimed film. Um, Definitely one of the most famous titles on Criterion and one of the most famous classics of black cinema ever produced. And the director is Spike Lee.
Okay, I was gonna say, okay.
Is Do the Right Thing.
Yay! Really?
It is. It
You
is.
haven't seen that?
You have and
No,
not.
you haven't?
I haven't.
What?
Both haven't seen it.
Oh my God, I'm really excited about this.
I know we'll both like this one. I hope it won't disappoint us.
Wait, I
I
have seen a movie by Spike Lee.
one
Didn't he do The Black Klansman?
good.
I've
I've
seen that.
great movie. Like that one.
Great
Like that one.
movie. Oh my God, I'm really excited.
Is
Wait.
very excited. I we needed and it's very famous for being a summer movie, and summer's coming to a close. Not here, it's still 100 degrees. You see I'm sweating. Um
His nose is glistening.
is that a septum piercing or no? Sorry. Um so, well, that's my pick for the week. Thank you guys so much for listening. Watch Do the Right Thing. Watch Boyhood and form your own opinion if you haven't.
Oh my
Any close?
God. Sorry, I'm so excited for Do the Right Thing.
Me too. The most
Oh,
I am is that if I end up loving the movie and buying it on Criterion, the packaging is beautiful.
facts.
It's beautiful. I love the outside. I always see that at Barnes and Nobles, and I'm like, wow, that's a must watch. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Yay,
And
thanks, guys.
bye. Have a nice week.
Bye.